to be very honest with you, nobody else is going to understand what God is doing in your life. It's your life, not others' life. Nobody gonna understand the growth. Nobody gonna understand the change. Nobody gonna understand the elevation. Nobody understand newness. Nobody's not gonna understand. You might not even understand what God is doing in your life. You might not even understand the walk because you never had that perfect, not perfect, but you never had that model to model those things for you. But I'm gonna tell you this: God is equipping you for the promise. Everybody don't get it and everybody not gonna understand it. That don't mean that you're doing it wrong. That don't mean that you're going the wrong way. That actually mean that you might be on the right path and align with God's purpose and will for your life. I'm gonna say this again: they not gonna understand. So stop trying to be a copy when God have made you to be a original. God have made you to be the first for something. He's not equipping you to be a copy. Sometimes He equipping you to be a first. Stop underestimating yourself. Stop doubting yourself about change. Just trust that God knows what He's doing and He knows where He's taking you. You got to understand that the first gonna carry weight. The first gonna have pressure. The first gonna get kicked down. The first gonna have storms that they have to overcome. The first gonna have it all. But understand this: once you walk that walk of being the first, you open doors for everybody else that's behind you. It's okay to be the first. It's okay to not understand. Walk into your unknown. That's where your blessings at. So if you have to be that first in that friendship, if you have to be that first in that family, if you have to be the first on the job, if you have to be the first whatever the case may be, if you have to be the first, take pride in being the first. Understand that first gonna come with a lot. Understand that first is heavy. Understand that first is pressure. Understand that first is gonna come with more and more and more weight. But understand this: God wouldn't put more on you that you cannot bear or handle. So if you're going through it, that means that you're going to get through it. Understand that the first is not a copy. The first is a original. When you are a first, when God is equipping you to be a first, there was first disciples that was in the Bible, the Old Testament, the New Testament. There was a first Peter. There was a first John. There was a first Mary. There was a first Ruth. There was a first Esther. There was a first. Sometimes we have to pray prayers like, what is in me, God, that you are trying to do with me that I am in my own way? Because purpose have to be aligned in order for purpose to be fulfilled. Purpose have to be aligned in order for purpose to be fulfilled. What is in you that God is trying to do with you that you are in your own way? It can be anything. It can be addictions. It can be not spending enough time with God. It can be moving too fast and not trusting God that He will take care of you in your resting season. It can be a mindset shift. It can be you're around the wrong people. It can be anything. Sometimes it can be your mindset. You have to change the way that you think, speak, understand, receive, deliver, see. You have to change those things. So it can be anything. As far as being with the wrong person, having the wrong circle. It can be your vision, your provision. What are you looking at every day? It could be anything. So I just wanted to say that because that is really, 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 really powerful. You being in your own way and not even knowing that you was in your own way. And God is trying to do something with you. Hello, everyone. I came on here to share something with you all. You know how something is about to work out for you, the job opportunity, finances, child support, tax money, a lump sum of money, an opportunity. You know how you know that that's going to work out, and you start making plans like when they tell you at the interview you got the job, and you know that you behind on a car note, or you know that you behind on your rent, you know that you behind or you got to pay tickets, you know what you're about to do with that job opportunity. You know what you're about to do with the first 2-3 checks. Just like tax money. If you don't have a car, you know that you're about to go buy you a car. Or if you don't have a place to stay, you know that you're about to go, get you a place to stay. Whatever the case may be, right? You know for sure that you're going to get it, and you already make plans before you even receive it. I came on here to say this. Not sometimes. Look at things a little bit different, and not that sometimes, you have to pray things like this. God, what do you want me to do with the thing that you're about to bless me with? What do you want me to do with the opportunity that you're about to bless me with? What do you want me to do with the money that you're about to bless me with? What it is that you want me to do with the thing that you're about to bless me with, for you can get the glory out of it, for I can glorify you. What it is, God, that you want me to do with what you're about to bless me with. And see how they work out. See how things shift. See how clear your mindset is. See if you really gonna be obedient to God and what he tell you to do with the things or the opportunity that he's about to bless you. Just like he know that he's about to bless you with that opportunity or that money, he know how far it's gonna go, how long it's gonna last, and he know what you're gonna do with it. So ask him, God, what it is that you want me to do with what you're about to bless me with, for you can get the glory out of it. No matter what it is, God, I'm gonna do it. I want to share something with you that I wrote down. Help only work where help is wanted. Stop trying to help people in areas where it's not wanted. Not favor, but help. You can't help where it's not wanted. Healing only works if you're open to it. You can't heal a closed wound. In order to heal, you have to be open. That's just like going to a therapist and you're not open. The healing process do not start unless you're open. Also, it's almost like going to the doctor with a closed wound. The doctor cannot heal what's closed. You cannot heal what's closed. Healing does not start until you're open. I want to say this really fast. We become exactly what we give our attention to. If we giving our attention to social media, toxic behavior, dysfunctional relationships, gambling, addictions, smoking, drinking, whatever the case may be, we become exactly what we give our attention to. And I want to say something else. Praying that God changes our mindset, that come with a lot. That come with changing the way you think, changing the way you speak, changing the way you understand, changing the way that you deliver, changing the way that you even have relationships with people. And I'm going to say that a little better. Sometimes we do not want to pray those prayers like that because they are so powerful, right? And praying those prayers that God changes your mindset, some of those relationships will fall off because you will see people differently. You will understand things differently. Clarity would be as clear as water. Changing your mindset will have you even making different decisions, will even have you understanding others and yourself differently. So sometimes praying prayers that powerful come with a change, a shift. Even the way that you see yourself. And a lot of people is not ready for that. So ask yourself, is it you that's in your own way? Because it might could be you in your own way. Asking God to change your mindset is so powerful because it even changes the way you show up for yourself. It changes the fight in you, the way that you fight, the way that the enemy fight against you, the way that you fight against the enemy. That's a powerful, powerful, powerful prayer. And sometimes we don't want to pray prayers like that because we're afraid of who might fall off. I want to share something with you. Um, we all have that person who we go to encourage us, to push us, to tell us things, to help us get through the things that we try to get through or the situations that we have going on in our life at the time. We all have a person. We call those people our person, our bestie, our husband, our wife, our mom, our brother, cousin, whoever the case may be, right? But I want to share something with you in 2 Kings because Elijah prophesied over this woman that she would have a kid around this time next year. And it came to pass that she had the kid. And a couple years later, I'm shortcutting, I'm running through it. A couple years later, God, took her kid. The kid died right there in her lap. So she didn't hesitate. She held on to the faith that she had. And her husband was right there, and she didn't even tell her husband, hey, our son is dead in the room. She told her husband when he asked her where she's going, she said, it is well. She went straight to the source, the man who prophesied over her, because she was holding on to that hope. She had that type of faith that where she knew that she had to go to the source. And that's the type of faith that we have to have sometimes. And that's the type of encouragement that we have to have sometimes. We have to go straight to the source. The source is God. She went directly to the source. And we know the source is God because we know how God is working through, well, if you read 2 Kings, you know how God is working through Elijah. So sometimes we don't need to tell anything. We just need to go straight to the source. The source is God. He have all the answers, and he knows exactly what's going to happen, and he knows exactly how you're going to get through it. Sometimes we have to put our person on pause and head to the source, which is God. You have to have a certain type of confidence to do the things that God called you to do. You have to have preparation to do the things that God is calling you to do. It's just like Joseph. Joseph had the Lord to stop the sun. How great is that? You can tell the Lord, somebody who made sun and earth, to stop the sun. But before he got to that point in his life, he had to build that type of confidence. He had to go through preparation step by step. And during that process, he had to do the hard things and the things that God told him to do before he got to that, stage in his life. Building that confidence is so important and necessary. That preparation season is so important and necessary because during the preparation, you're building confidence. Now, I'm not saying that you can stop the sun, but in that preparation, you building confidence. It might be success for you. It might be a job that you go in and talk and have that confidence and talk your way through. Sometimes building that confidence in that preparation is doing the things that God called you to do, but it also doing the impossible things. On my walk, I've been tested, and I've been on this walk for a while. And I realized that God isolated me and He took my whole environment away. He broke me down to nothing. And I was angry, I was mad, I was bitter, I was confused. I was a people pleaser times 10. I did not have boundaries because I don't know what that looked like. I did not have standards, high standards, none of that. God had to really just show me, isolate me to show me that it's Him. Because I feel like if everybody else was around me at the time, like friends, family, I would have gave them the glory. And God wanted me to give Him the glory and help me understand who He was as my Father, not of God, but as my Father.